Hi, I'm Angela Triebold. I'm an optometrist, the refractive optometrist at Aurora LASIK. I do all the pre and post-operative care here for all of our surgery patients, and not only do I do that, but I'm actually a LASIK patient myself. So I had LASIK over 20 years ago, and it was a tough decision because even though this is what I do for a living, I was actually in optometry at school at the time, and the LASIK procedure had just been recently FDA approved. It actually happened while I was in optometry school. And even though I'd seen lots and lots of really, really excellent outcomes, still is my eyes. So it's scary. It's scary to think about having surgery on your eyes. And back then, everybody used a blade to create that flap for LASIK. It was a blade called the microkeratome. And so, the thought of having a blade coming across my cornea was kind of a scary thought, but eventually it just, got to the point where I was no longer tolerant of contact lenses. It was the Northwest, and unfortunately I got a lot of allergies up here, and I just couldn't tolerate them anymore. So got to the point where I just, wanted to make sure that I did something where I could continue to see. I have very, very nearsighted vision. I can only see maybe a few inches in front of my face without any type of glasses or contact lens correction. And I just, my whole life I had dreamed of waking up one day and just actually being able to see without any, having to grab my glasses. And this is my opportunity finally. I had an ophthalmologist, a refractive surgeon that I knew and trusted, and he was going to do a study, and I had the opportunity to be a patient in his study, and so I went ahead and I did it. The results have been fantastic. I was able to see well just really immediately after having the surgery. I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience because I want to be able to compare, what it was like back then to what it would be like now if I was to have surgery. But as I mentioned earlier, we used a blade back then, and also the laser itself took a lot longer. And because of my high prescription, I was literally under that laser for 120-second treatment per eye. And for that same prescription, if I was to have that done now, it would be actually under 12 seconds per eye. So like literally 1/10 of the time. So 120 seconds of having to have your eye propped open while you're staring at that bright fixation light. And the surgeon and the techs are all telling me, stare at the light. Okay, keep looking at the light. You're not looking at the light. Look at that light. And it's terrifying, because that is a really, really long time. And it felt like forever, and just trying to stare at that light. Gosh, I am staring at that light. I am looking at the light, but you really don't. It's a long time, and you don't know what your eyeballs are doing during that time. And like I said, now it'd be under 12 seconds per eye. And the thing is, the technology back then was great. I'm seeing well. My distance vision's awesome. Over 20 years later, and now all I need are readers. But that's my age. That was going to happen regardless of whether I had surgery or not. And so, as great as the technology was then, it's even better now. It's faster. Now we use a laser instead of a blade to create that flap, and it just makes it more predictable, more stable. And so gosh, yeah, we've come such a long ways, but even then the technology was awesome. A lot of patients ask me, how long does this procedure last? And I can tell you from personal experience, gosh, again, it's been over 20 years since I had surgery, and my distance vision has not changed. There is not a day that goes by where I don't drive down that road and just marvel at the fact that I can actually still see the individual leaves up in the trees. I never thought that day would come, and every single day I'm still excited about the fact that I don't need any correction for distance. It's just amazing to me, and and I really want my patients to understand that this is something that if it turns out that you are a good candidate for surgery, it's worth it. What other thing do we invest in that we use every waking moment of our life there's nothing like our eyes. And so, do your research, ask those questions, and if it turns out that you are a good candidate for surgery, it's totally worth it. Absolutely would do it all over again without a question. Even though, again, now I have to wear reading glasses, small price to pay. It was completely worth it, and yeah, absolutely, I don't regret it at all. So I have worked in other refractive surgery locations, and I will say that Aurora LASIK it's very unique. We provide a very unique patient experience here. The technology obviously is great. It's state of the art. It's the best that we can offer. But a lot of places can offer that same exact thing. So it can't be just about the technology. It has to be about the patient experience. And one thing that I'm very proud of with our clinic here is that patients come here and they feel like they're part of the family. Every single patient comes in here, and we want them to feel like they belong here. We want them to feel like, that we're their friend. And it's just that, and we are, we love our patients. We love making our patients happy. We love being able to give that gift of sight. And so really, more than anything, we just want to make sure that you have that experience that you are comfortable with. We want you to leave here knowing that you made the right decision, and we are not, we're not this is an assembly line. We're not going to. It's not some type of mill where we're going to be running you through just doing patient after patient after patient. Each individual patient, each individual eye is important to us. You do only get one set of eyes your whole life, and we want to make sure that you're going to be getting that best experience in addition to obviously the best vision that we can offer you.